Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rick's BLAZIN takes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Yes, sir. Let's get right into it. What's up, SimWorld? This is Rick Blaze coming to you live and direct. Another episode of Rick's BLAZIN takes, and we want to get right into it. And there's some things we want to talk about. So my man Carl, yeah, so nice. So we want to talk about it. So check it out. Player of the year, watch rankings, first time coming out has just dropped, right? So I want to talk about that. But before I do, let me put out a little caveat. I'm recording this episode on Tuesday morning. I'm recording this episode on Tuesday morning. So I understand there are some games that's going to be going on Tuesday night. You got the OGs playing. You got Lone Star and ATLians. You have Cascadia and Rain Trade. There's some teams playing. So I'm recording this episode before these teams play on Tuesday night. I know it's Wednesday now, but I'm telling you when I'm recording this. So if anything of significant happened in those games between those players and those teams, it's not in this conversation because I recorded this before those games. All right, I just want to put that out. So everything I say is going to be before Tuesday's night's game as far as scoring, as far as teams' records and things like that. All right. Now let's get into it. Player of the year. Player of the year watch. This is the first of many versions of it. Now, before I get into what I'm going to do, I have to do this because I feel like I need to give y'all this warning because you know I'm about to go in, right?
The following comments are views and expressions made by Rick and Rick alone and are not necessarily those of SimWorld. If you are too serious, sensitive, easily startled, weak stomach mama's boy, or Cowboys fan, you may want to turn off. If you've been recently dumped, eat pizza with a fork, love good times, ranch dressing, and Jason Statham movies, you may want to turn off. If you use the word conversate in actual conversation, you may want to turn off at this time. Thank you.
All right. We got that out of the way. Got the warnings out the way. So all you pansies, go ahead and turn off now before I get into it. If you're super sensitive, let's go ahead. You heard the warning. All right. Let's get into it. Player of the year, watch. It's going to be a hot topic conversation all year long. And this is the first iteration of it, right? So is this list going to change? Absolutely. Some people are going to go up. Some people are going to go down. Some people are going to fall off the list completely. But let me break down this list and how I feel about it. Now, I do take into consideration winning. Winning is taken into consideration. It's not the end all be all, but it is taken into consideration. If you notice, most of the players on this list, teams have winning records. Most of them. So what does that mean? That means, can you win player of the year without a winning record? I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I think you have to be 500. I think you have to be a 500 team to have a player of the year conversation. But again, this is early on. Most of these teams only played 3 games on this list. I'll just break it down. Number 1 on the list. Of course, number 1 on the list. God dang it, raise the damn flag for Cooper Flag. I'm not going to spend too much time on this name because we already know what this is, right? This is super simple to understand. His team at the time is 3-0. He's averaging 20-plus points, and he's going crazy. We ain't got to talk about that. Cooper Flag is the man. He's the most likely candidate right now. So I'm in order. He's the most likely candidate right now to win Player of the Year as we sit today. Number 2, got to give it up. Bernard James for Heartland Zombies, averaging 21 points a game. He is doing his thing. His team is winning. They are 3-0. And Bernard is the motor that makes that car or team run. So to me, he's the second most likely player at this point to win Player of the Year. Number 3, my man Andre. First of all, his team is 4-0, so you got to put some respect on it. You can say what you want about who he's playing. I understand that, but 4-0 is still goddamn it 4-0. Andre is balling as well. Please put some respect on his name. His team is playing good, and he is the reason for it. Now, of course, it's Europe, so they don't get as much hoopla as some other teams. I understand that, but I'll tell you this. That young man is serious about his game. That young man can play a game of basketball, and I wouldn't be surprised if Europe can keep winning. I wouldn't be surprised if his name is going to continue. Well, he's number 3, so I don't know how much higher he can rise on the board, but I just want to say he's balling, and he's deserved to be where he's at right now at number 3. At number 4, Philadelphia's own Nas Hall, doing his thing. His team is 3-1 at the time of 2-1 at the time of this recording. Nas Hall for the season averaging 21 points, 3. I'm gonna round up numbers, guys. I'm not doing 3.7. I'm not doing those point numbers. 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists and a steal. Again, offensively, he carries his team. For the most part, they have Monty Parson, but Nas Hall at number 4. Number 5. This is gonna make Marsh just smile from ear to ear. He called at the beginning of the season. Kai Killins, you got to give it up. Gulf Coast came in. I didn't see this coming. I didn't expect this, so this was a pleasant surprise. But Gulf Coast came in balling, baby. It is what it is. At the time of me recording this, Gulf Coast is 3-1, and Kai Killins is a large part of that offensively. Now, I love the Kai Killins example because if you notice, he doesn't average 20 points a game. I'm looking at players, how they affect their team, and how the team win and lose based on this player. It's not just numbers. So I'm not going by, put all the players that average 20-plus points a game. No. It's deeper than that, right? Gulf Coast is off to a really good start. And Kai Killins is their closer, is their finisher, averaging 7. So I love that I have him on the list as a non-20-point scorer. Averaging 17 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. All right. At number, what number? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At number 6, one of the few persons on the list whose team has a losing record right now at 1-2, Corey Yams. He's having an awesome season so far. I mean, his stats. If you close your eyes, I know he's probably he's not the popular player or whatever amongst a lot of players. Hey, what it is. But if you close your eyes and just look at his stats, forget about the name for a second. Close your eyes. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. That's the stat stuff, folks. That's called getting done on both ends of the court. I mean, hey, respect on that. So he's coming in at one of the few teams with an under 500 record. His team currently sits at 1-2. At number 7, Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper came in for Indy Stripes, and you know he's the whole effing show offensively. 24 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game for Dylan Harper. His team currently sits at 2-1. He is as advertised. He's not on Cooper Flagg's level. No one's really on Cooper Flagg's level right now, but he's right underneath there. You know what I mean? So Dylan Harper, if his team can win some more games, he can climb up this list. At number 8, Jafet Towns. You know what it is. I mean, Raining Trays is not Raining Trays if Jafet Towns is not doing his thing for the Raining Trays. Currently averaging 23 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Their success is solely contingent and dependent on Jafet Towns being Jafet Towns, and I expect him to be Jafet Towns. At number 9, D'Angelo Jordan. For D'Angelo Jordan, who's for Lakeshore Drive, who's currently averaging right now 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists as well. D'Angelo Jordan is one of those guys, and his team is 2-1, by the way. D'Angelo Jordan is one of those guys who he's just I wish he was more aggressive, but he's bona fide. He's a bona fide baller, and his team needs him to win. Jafet Towns is also the only player on this list that team has a losing record. And number 10, I think I love this choice the best. I really do. Olvin Carballo. Some of y'all saying, who? I know. You're not watching the games. Orvin Caballo, the guard for Southeast Select, who at this time sits 1-1, averaging 21 points, 4 rebounds a game, and 2 assists. I love this choice, again, because it's not just about points. It's about what a player does and what he means to the team and the system. Cavallo averages 27 minutes a game. And I say that because that's a big deal on Southeast Select team. This is the same team that had Trey Turner-Burner. Trey Burner didn't average 27 minutes a game. Listen to me now. Trey Burner didn't average 27 minutes. He averaged like 24. So my man Caballo's getting more minutes than Trey Burner. Now, am I saying he's better than hell? No, I'm not saying that. Relax. But what I am saying is Coach Lee runs a tight ship, and he has a system in place, and he very rarely deviates from his system, which means players very rarely get over 20 minutes a game. But in this particular case for this season, for this player, he's getting those minutes, which means he means that much more to this team this year, and Coach Lee has to lean on him that much more as well. If that's not value to a team, then I don't know what is. All right, let me give you my honorable mentions, guys who didn't make the list for one reason or another, but you need to look out for them because they've been doing their thing. Mugen Williams, his team is 1-3, that's why he's not on the list. But 12 points, 11 rebounds, 3 of them offensive, 2 assists and 2 blocks. Having a hell of a season so far. Trey Hyman, his team is 1-2 right now. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Kola Abdul Rauf, averaging 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Josiah Cooks, giving it up for the big guy. Balling out there in y'all club. His team is currently 1-2 at the time I'm recording this. 11 points, 13 rebounds with 3 of them offensive, 5 assists. That's crazy, 5 assists from a big. 1 steal and 2 blocks. We're going to continue to look at this list. We're going to continue to break it down as it changes throughout the upcoming weeks and months. Put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. What do you think of the list? Did I leave somebody off? Make a case for why I left them off. Let's talk about it. See y'all tomorrow.